Vinny Malkus Outdoors. We're going to do more of a discussion today, and it revolves around a hot topic in especially bass fishing or fishing in general, and that is the use of forward-facing or just technology in general that enables you to catch fish more efficiently, and in particular forward-facing sonar. There's a lot of discussion over the past year or two about its the moral foundations when it applies to fishing. Say the efficacy of it, using it, and whether it should be used in tournaments, especially as opposed to just like being able to use it recreationally. Now, I bring this up not really to add on to that discussion, but bring a parallel to other outdoor sports that have a lot of technological advancement that can aid in being successful at it, and that goes into hunting. And one of the most I guess allured or recognized groups, the Boone Crocket, has come out with their guidance henceforth of people that can, that's where our record books for animals that are taken primarily with rifle. Of course, you have Pope and Young for the archery folks, but what Boone Crocket has done is they come out and they have barred, which they've always done, like high fence and any kind of like motorized vehicles in aiding in taking animals. What they've done is they've eliminated electronics and scopes and I believe it's not live, well, it would be live feed would be in there as too, but off-site trail cams that can send in data from the trail cam to wherever you're at. So they've eliminated that from their fair chase definition of taking animals and what animals that can be. Sorry for that. Here we got some guy with a diesel blasting, that's cool. But anyways, they've eliminated that from what they consider fair chase and the ability to turn that animal, if taken, ability to turn that animal in for the record books. So if you use these items, you have to sign an affidavit, just like you did when before for like hunting in a high fence or hunting at in whatever their ethical standards are. But they've come down with those parameters, so no longer can you use a rangefinder that's part of a scope or any kind of electronics within a scope that aids in finding an animal. Also the trail cam thing. And there's been other states that have done the trail cam business. I think Utah just had something on, just banned them recently. I think maybe for all season, not even just on season. But anyway, our public lands, I can't remember. I'd have to go look at Utah's thing, but I remember reading something like that. But anyway, what that brings me to is that these organizations that we use as a standard for record keeping in, let's say, hunting, they are putting parameters around the advancement in technologies. Not that you can't use it, but if you want to be recognized in the record books, in Boone Crockett's fair chase. So I just say that's an interesting nugget to put into our debate in the fishing world with the use of especially forward-facing technology. And I haven't put my opinion out there. I kind of like the technology, but I would not be opposed, like golf and then like this Boone Crocket thing, to have some kind of standard for electronics in order to, try to allow equal levels of, or not equal levels of talent, equal abilities and talents to be shown, to level the playing field on the tech thing. Like if you see my boat, I fish, I do have forward-facing technology, but it's on smaller graphs. And I use smaller graphs just to keep it within a budget. When there's guys that are out there with 5-6 graphs, they have all kinds of stuff, 360, forward-facing maybe multiple forward-facing forward-facing transducers, all kinds of jazz. And I'm just saying that it might be of some of these organizations to put some kind of standard, like you do in golf, 14 clubs, a certain parameters around the specifications of the clubs. And then now hunting, another fellow outdoor sport, putting these parameters, especially when it comes to records books. So I'm not saying maybe not all tournament organizations, but it's something that maybe tournament organizations should look at. And maybe like you have an Apex series, which is really taking it from like the practice side of things, being able to fish more instinctively instead of being able to prepare for such a long time and then taking multiple aspects. Maybe an organization like that will approach the forward-facing sonar thing, or not even that. We're using that because it's the pariah of, you know, the people that don't want any more advancement in technology for a sec, or maybe they just want, you know, reasonable, which is more where I'm at. It's like, okay, well, can we limit it to 2 graphs, one in the front, one in the console? I don't know, maybe something like that. I'm not saying I have the right answer. I'm just saying that it's interesting that there are organizations that are coming in and they're putting standards on how they're going to, you know, keep records in order to maintain the integrity of the records and be able to compare them, you know, over the years. And Boone Crocket, yeah, perfect example of using fair chase methods to harvest animals. And I could see that being applied to fishing tech, whether they, you know, like I said, limit technology on there, or just limit the amount of technology you have in there. For instance, like the number of graphs, number of transducers, or something like that. Like I said, I don't have the answer. It needs to be debated in different organizations. You know, since we have multiple professional level tournament organizations, some can experiment with that kind of those kind of regulations, perhaps. So it's just something to throw out there to think about, and to see other parallel industries enacting these kind of things. And then what's next for the fishing? Or we're just going to keep allowing all this, which is fine. I mean, you just, as a tournament angler, you just fish within the parameters you have. But I could see something like this happening within one or more tournament organizations, and then you would have that one that would free for all, pretty much. Anyway, just food for thought. Like, subscribe. Talk to you later.